Have you ever been there? A single decision can be rehearsed hundreds of times in your head until every possible outcome is polished to a shine, but so is all of your courage. A casual remark from someone else sounds like a judgment to you, making you interrogate yourself late at night, wondering what you did wrong this time. Your life feels like an exam paper that needs constant revision. You crave a perfect score of 100, but the fear of losing even a single point keeps you from ever turning it in. Your brain has become a 24/7 courtroom where you simultaneously play the prosecutor, the defendant, the lawyer, and the judge endlessly, putting your every thought on trial. This war has no smoke, no enemy, yet it drains all of your life force, leaving you feeling as exhausted as a hangover every single morning you wake up. So, tell me, are you also long tired of this? Since we all admit we're on this battlefield, the first thing we must do is see our enemy clearly for what it is. It is that demon in your mind that, when you're at a crossroads, makes you choose to stand still because you're afraid of choosing the wrong path. It is that doomsday prophet that, after you send a message, makes you overanalyze the other person's tone, endlessly amplifying every negative possibility. It is that voice of self-doubt that, just as you achieve something small, always whispers in your ear, "You just got lucky. You don't deserve this." It steals your sleep, disrupts your focus, fills your future with anxiety, and your past with regret. We always think the internal friction is because we think too much, or because we're too much of a perfectionist. But today, I want to tell you, that's just the surface. The true root of internal friction is not the act of thinking itself, but a profound yet mistaken obsession. The essence of internal friction is not that you think too much, but that you futilely attempt to control the things you can never control, the future, and the hearts of others. Did you get that? The reason you endlessly simulate every choice is because you want a guarantee to be right, future that ensures happiness. The reason you endlessly ruminate in your relationships is because you want to completely control how others see you and treat you. You are trying to be the god of your own life, planning a flawless path, and this is the heaviest and most brutal cost of internal friction. It's like an app running frantically in your background, draining your mental battery before your day has even truly begun. It uses imagined risks to steal your precious, real-world time. It uses the boundless fear of making a mistake to erode your initial courage to take action. That job you could have gone for, that relationship you could have started, that project you could have launched, they all quietly slip away during your endless deliberation. And the saddest part of all is that it forces you to live forever in the review of the past and the rehearsal for the future, causing you to miss the only thing you ever truly possess, the vibrant, infinitely potential-filled, present moment. So, how can we extinguish this inner fire? How do we break free from this self-consuming loop? You might be surprised to learn that this very modern psychological dilemma was thoroughly explored 3,000 years ago in an ancient Eastern epic, the Bhagavad Gita. The great hero of the book, Arjuna, just like you and me, found himself in a state of complete mental paralysis before a decisive battle. He was afraid, confused, and overwhelmed by a massive sense of guilt, and his mentor, the divine being Krishna, gave him to counterintuitive pieces of wisdom that completely saved him from the brink of collapse. These two insights are the very map we can use today to navigate our way out of the maze of internal friction. The first insight is this: focus on your dharma, which means your right action in the present moment. The you that's caught in internal friction is always painfully asking, what choice should I make to get the best possible future result? But Krishna tells you that is the wrong question to begin with. The question you should be asking is, based on my current role, abilities, and values, what is the right action to take? Remember the problem of choosing a job. You no longer need to predict which job will make you richer in 5 years, because the future is something you cannot control. You simply need to look within and ask yourself, which job better utilizes my current talents? Which one aligns more with the values I hold dear, like creativity, stability, or helping others? That is your dharma. Take action based on your dharma, and then calmly release the uncertain outcome to the universe, and the second insight, which is an extension of the first, is the core weapon against internal friction. It is, renounce your attachment to the fruits, the results of your actions. All of your anxiety, fear, and hesitation come from your sticky, emotional attachment to a specific good outcome. What you crave isn't the action itself, but the glittering prize that the action might bring. Your obligation lies in the action, never in its fruits. When you have zero expectation for the outcome, you possess all the freedom in the world. Imagine you meticulously prepared a presentation. The source of your internal friction is the thought, I must give my boss's praise, or this project has to be a success. You've mortgaged all of your emotional stability on these fruits that you cannot control. The wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita lies here. Your responsibility is simply to perfect the PowerPoint, to polish the speech to its best, and to give your all in every rehearsal. That is your dharma. As for whether the boss praises or criticizes, or whether the project succeeds or fails, that is the world's fruit, and it is separate from your duty. When you withdraw all your mental energy from the anxiety over the fruit and invest it entirely into the practice of your dharma, the flames of internal friction lose their most crucial fuel. All right. Once your brain is equipped with this brand new operating system from ancient wisdom, we can distill from it 3 practical and even somewhat counterintuitive strategies that you can use directly in your daily life. Strategy 1. Give up on finding the optimal solution and immediately embrace the actionable solution. This strategy goes completely against the look before you leap mentality. We were taught as children, we always want to plan everything perfectly before we act, to find that one flawless optimal path. But the truth is, for the vast majority of life's choices, there is no absolute optimal solution, only different experience packages. And internal friction is that curse that makes you hesitate in front of all the experience packages and end up opening none of them. The reason this strategy is effective is because the cost of inaction is far greater than the cost of choosing the wrong path. You can never see the entire journey's landscape from the starting point. It is far better to spend 1 hour choosing an 80-point plan and the next 99 hours executing, adjusting, and experiencing than to spend 100 hours at a standstill trying to find what you think is a 95-point plan. Action itself will bring you new information, new scenery, and new answers. This is far more valuable than empty thinking. Strategy 2. Applaud your process, not the final trophy. Our society is obsessed with results. We are accustomed to using KPIs, income, and trophies to define success and value. And this is the very breeding ground for internal friction. This strategy is about completely inverting that evaluation system from today on. Stop setting your goal as I want to lose 10 kilograms a result. Instead, set it as I will complete 3 1-hour workouts this week a process. Don't set the goal as I want to write a bestseller, but as I will write 1,000 words today. When you shift your focus from that distant, uncontrollable result to the immediate, fully controllable process, you gain an ability, the ability to award yourself a medal every single day. You no longer need to wait for that distant, elusive trophy to prove your worth. Every action you take injects you with strength, and those beautiful results often arrive unexpectedly on a day when you are simply enjoying the process. Strategy 3. Treat your action as an offering. I know, in today's world, this word might sound a bit impractical, but in my view, this is the most fundamental move of all. The reason we suffer from internal friction, the reason we are so afraid of the outcome, is because our ego is tied to it. Will I succeed or fail? Will I be praised or criticized? How will I save face? The mindset of offering is about removing the I from this equation. When you see your work not just as a tool to make money for yourself, but also as a contribution to your team, your clients, or even to the professionalism you revere, your mentality will change dramatically. The question in your heart will quietly shift from what can I get to what can I give. When your actions are no longer about feeding that fragile ego, the fear of failure naturally weakens significantly. You see, The core of these 3 strategies is to help us do the same thing, let go of controlling the future, and take back control of the present. And this is the true secret of inner strength. True inner strength is not about foreseeing the future, but in the face of an uncertain future, still being able to calmly do what is at hand. So, you see, the path to escaping internal friction isn't about finding a perfect answer externally, nor is it about endlessly attacking yourself internally. It is about looking inward to break the chain named attachment that tightly binds you to the future outcome. This path does not ask you to lie flat and give up. Quite the opposite. It invites you to become a true actor, a warrior who, like the hero Arjuna, after recognizing the chaos and uncertainty of reality, can still pick up their bow and, with peace and determination, fire their arrow. Your life doesn't need a flawless map. You only need the clarity to see the path at your feet and the courage to take the first step. May you walk out of that inner battlefield that has trapped you for so long, and in the real world, go experience, feel, and create. Go experience again and again that vibrant, searing life force that comes from action. Thank you so much for your patience and watching until the end. I believe you must also be wrestling with your own internal friction. I'd like to invite you to share in the comments on your journey of combating internal friction. What is the most effective or most disappointing method you have tried? Please feel free to share your experience. Every story you tell could become a lamp that illuminates another person who is fumbling in the dark. If you found today's sharing insightful, please be sure to show your support with a like. It means the world to me. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so we can walk this path together, reclaiming our inner peace and strength. Thanks again. See you in the next one.